Hello everyone, this is Apshan from First MA English Literature. I'm presenting a similar topic on a review Harlem as the great laboratory of a great race welding as envisaged by Alan Locke in his New Negro. So to know about the New Negro, we must know what is it about, what the book is about. So the New Negro, as it is an interpretation by Alan Locke. It is considered as an anthology of fiction, poetry, and essays on African and African American art and literature. It was edited by Alan Locke. He published this work during the Harlem Renaissance. Actually, he wrote this work during Harlem Renaissance when he was working as a professor at Harvard University. It is a collection of the creative efforts coming out of the New Negro movement or Harlem Renaissance. The book is considered by the literary scholars and critics to be the definite text of the movement. So, the New Negro work was written by Alan Locke. You must know about Alan Locke. Alan Locke is in full. Alan Larry Locke was an American writer, philosopher, educator, and the patron of the arts. He was born on 13 September 1885 US and was died on 9 June 1954 United States. He studied at Harvard University and also in University of Oxford. He was considered as the first African American Rhodes Scholar. Alan Larry Locke is heralded as the father of the Harlem Renaissance for his publication in 1925 of the work The New Negro. Locke became known as the acknowledged dean of the Harlem Renaissance. So we must know about the main idea that the work New Negro reveals. So the New Negro, as I said earlier, it is an interpretation of Alan Locke about the New Negroes of the African Americans. This interpretation that dives into how the African Americans sought social, political, and artistic stage. Instead of accepting their position in society, Locke saw the New Negro as championing and demanding civil rights. In addition, this anthology sought to change old stereotypes and replace them with the new visions of Black identity that resisted simplification. So, we must know about what is Harlem Renaissance. So, the Harlem Renaissance was an intellectual and cultural revival of African American arts such as music, dance, art, fashion, literature, theater, politics, and scholarship that centered in Harlem or New York City that spanning years from the 1920s to 1930s. So what was the outcome of this Harlem Renaissance is that the mainstream recognition of cultural developments and idea of New Negro. So and the participants were various artists and social critics. And this moment this term, the Harlem Renaissance, was also known as the New Negro movement. The rise of the New Negro. Here, Aaron Locke gives about the cause for the rise of the New Negroes. So, the cultural awakening that had been taking place at Harlem in the 1920s was an opportune time for Locke to announce the coming of the New Negro that symbolizes the fulfillment of the Black Renaissance. This Renaissance at Harlem was preceded and made possible by the Great Migration. The Great Migration was the mass movement of blacks from the southern states to the northern cities, fleeing the Jim Crow laws in search of better opportunities. So Harlem is a race welding laboratory. Why Alan Locke said Harlem as a race welding laboratory? Harlem is not, there is a many view on Harlem about many critics. One suggests Harlem is not merely a Negro colony or community. It is a city within a city, the greatest Negro city in the world, declared James Johnson in his essay, Harlem, the Culture Capital. There were many Harlems within Harlem. According to Alan Locke, there were many Harlems within Harlem, a rough rectangle of city blocks within New York unaccountably inhabited by blacks. Acknowledging the diversity of the place, Locke concluded in final analysis, Harlem is neither slum or ghetto, resort or colony, though it is in part all of them. It is or promises at least to be a race capital. Unlike those in the ghettos of European immigrant laborers, residents of Harlem spoke English. So, New Negro as envisaged by Alan Locke. African Americans were not merely a group of Negroes from down south, but individually flourishing good New Yorkers, embodying the urban aspirations of the property owning New Negro. The new Negro, as envisaged by Alan Locke, was the likely inhabitant of Harlem, which was to become their intellectual, the cultural, and the financial center in the US and in the inspiration for Negroes across the world. The new Negro was expectedly projected to be American in aspirations and internationalist in outlook. Locke's understanding. So here Locke gives his understanding on the new Negro. The old Negro was in conception of negative stereotypes ascribed by enemies and allies alike, the baggage of which was to be disowned by the new Negro. That signifies a departure from passive acquiescence to dynamic agency. As Locke understood it, migrations propelled by other factors did not create a black Harlem. Rather, it was the idea of Harlem as a race capital that inspired migrations towards it. So, masculinity of the new Negro. Here, Locke gives a masculinity gender. He gives the gender masculinity to the structure or the society of this new Negro. Locke says Locke's conscious masculinity of the new Negro is evident from its grammatically masculine singular form. That is, he said, he gave the masculinity form to the new Negro society to consolidate race consciousness and facilitate group identification. However, in its pursuit of being universalist, the concept of the new Negro expressed in gender terms became exclusionary as well. So we come to the conclusion. While describing Harlem as a laboratory for a great race building, Alan Locke imagined Africans, West Indians, and Black Southerners as elements constituting a new race that was to transcend all negative racial stereotypes. However, in Locke's conception, there was no discernible conflict. Thank you.